Hey, all you podcast listeners, you can find Slice of the Paranormal everywhere podcasts are found, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Hello, and what's up?
What's up?
Welcome to another episode of Slice of Paranormal, where we talk about all things paranormal, ghosts, aliens, werewolves, cryptids, things. And today, Steven?
Today we're just going to talk about creepy stuff and the Creepers Gallery.
Creeper Gallery.
The Creepers Gallery down in New Hope, Pennsylvania.
So we go to these places, we check them out.
We also review pizza.
While we're there, what do we do?
We check out a pizza shop.
A local pizza shop.
And we have booze usually.
Typically,
By the way,
we go for drinks.
yeah, we didn't introduce ourselves again. We always forget this part.
Dang it.
People are going to forget who we are.
I know.
don't care.
We got to tell them.
They'll be like, okay.
All right. I'm Ryan.
I'm Christy.
And I'm Steven.
There, we got that
We
done.
are together.
Okay, happy?
Slice of the Paranormal.
I was going to say Menudo real quick.
Menudo.
Menudo. Nice.
I don't think the younger viewers are going to know who that whole Menudo is.
Good.
You know, you're really going to date us.
Ricky Martin. I had a goldfish named Ricky Martin one time. No, it was a beta fish. Never mind.
A beta fish, yeah. So, yeah.
There's a joke there somewhere, but I'm
Important
not sure
stuff.
where it's at.
No, it's awesome because every time I saw him, I said, Ricky Martin. It was very exciting. Sorry.
I don't blame you.
And if it's morning, good morning.
I had fish too, but I had one really large fish that I called Dr. Evil.
Nice.
And I had 12 other little fish in there that were henchmen 1 through 12.
Henchmen? And you knew which one each one was?
No.
One of the
as
many
they
henchmen.
started dying, I always, the death rate determined, the first death was obviously henchman number 12 is gone.
Gotcha.
You know, working
Right.
my way
And
back
so
down
on.
to 1, you know, so.
I had a fish named Cup of Code.
Did you?
Nice.
Yep. I had a fish named Cup of Code once.
Wow. Before we had the Compa Code
It's
sponsor?
weird. It's so weird
Christy,
that
you should
happened.
really have Steve going. You gotta help him out here. She's joking. Thanks for a cup of code, our sponsor. Thanks for all you do.
Damn it.
Look at him. He's still baffled.
I don't get sarcasm.
You can't do that to him.
You're messing with my brain.
I could see it. He was
Yeah.
like, his heart was out right there.
Steam coming out
Yeah.
the ears.
Like, what?
Anyway.
Paranormal for sure.
Yeah. So we went to New Hope and we checked out this place called the Creeper Gallery. I call it the Creepers Gallery, but
Yeah,
the
I
sign
keep
definitely
doing
says
that.
Creeper Gallery.
I
It is
know.
just the Creeper Gallery. If our viewers want to check it out online, go to thecreepergallery.com and you can see what we're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
they have lots of pictures.
Yep.
They allow you to go in and take as many pictures as you want, and they even tell you just tag the store
Yep.
in your pictures.
Yeah.
You know?
Very cool place, very cool vibe. Well, most of it was cool vibes in there. Some of it not so cool. We'll get to that.
Well, I mean, it's called the Creeper Gallery. I mean, you're
Kind of for a reason.
you're supposed to expect a little creepy experience,
Right.
when you walk in.
And we did talk to the owner while we were there.
Oh, she was
We
awesome.
did. So Donna was there.
Yep.
When we went there. Now, I've been going to this store since it opened. It opened way back.
He called it a store. It is a store.
It's a store
It
for
is.
someone like me. This is where I'd go to buy like.
A
You are a
skeleton.
customer at this store.
I am. I've gone there for 12 years. It opened in 2013, and before the show started, I was down there with a girl once, and I almost bought a human skeleton at this site. You know?
Almost.
Almost.
Why? What stopped you?
Because I thought it'd be creepy to hang out with a girl and take her to a nice town and then put a dead guy in the back seat.
You did. You stopped yourself.
I did stop myself because I was like, I know he's only $1,600, and I could swing it right now.
Are you still with that girl?
No.
You could have
In
had
fact,
a
I wasn't-
skeleton, man.
I should have bought it, and you know what? I'm friends with her. She would totally have supported it.
She would have been okay, but you were nervous.
Yeah, I was nervous. I was
Hey,
like,
Steve.
eh.
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going to say, it is a bit of a red flag, maybe.
Buying a skeleton, putting it in your trunk on the way
you think
home.
that's a red
on a
flag?
first date, maybe. It depends. It depends
Even
on.
for 6 months, I'd be leery of that.
Okay, so if it was like a blind first date, total red flag. But if you like knew the person and knew
they knew
their
me.
personality.
They knew me.
Well, if they knew you, then you should
and
be
if
fine.
I would have bought this, that would have been like in the corner, right?
We'd have it right here.
It would
Yeah.
be here
Like,
on every episode.
Now we wish you had it.
We would have probably put a Slice of the Paranormal T-shirt on them
For sure.
and given them a name.
Yeah.
So I think I really missed out on that. But we, like I said, we met Donna Marian when we went down. Now the site that we went to is actually the new site.
Right.
Okay. When I first started going down,
Oh, that's right.
Their original site was at 7 West Bridge Street in New Hope, and they kind of got kicked out of there because they were doing there was construction going on around the house, so they had to move, and they moved to 129 South Main Street in New Hope. So,
And New Hope is like this really nice community, like upscale.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Upscale community, like.
It's like an artist community, is what it is.
It's nice. It's got a cool energy to it.
Antique shops. There's galleries.
It's very modern.
Touristy.
A little touristy, yeah. And then right down the
Especially
street
during
is the
some
Creeper
months.
Gallery.
Yeah, yeah. So the Creeper Gallery is like the mecca of the weird down there. I mean, for someone like me, this is like, some people go there just to hit the site up.
Yeah.
Because the site's so unique.
It certainly was.
Donna Marian creates gothic artwork. So when you walk into the store, into the first room, you're going to see like grandfather clocks that have like Edgar Allan Poe inside of them, and sculptures and weird gothic chandelier lighting fixtures and stuff that she's created out of like either just out of her mind, or she takes antiques and gothics them up.
Yeah.
You know?
Very creative mind, you can tell.
Oh yeah, and she's such a joy to talk to. She was so sweet when we were down there. But she created her store, like you could look for hours and you're not going to see everything, because everywhere you look, every nook and cranny is crammed with like the weirdness of, you know, her art and the things that are coming out of her mind.
Yeah.
In that first room.
I found 2 pretty good little interviews with her on YouTube last night when I was just reliving, you know, our trip and everything. So one of them's like 15 minutes long. The other one's only like 3 minutes long. But she really talks about like how she got started and the reason why she continues to do the store and keep it open. It's really neat. I don't remember like exactly who the podcasts were by or who the videos were by, but easily to search. You know, you find them very easily just by searching on YouTube. And it was really informative.
Her Facebook, they post a lot of videos too. Like when the store first started off in 2013, it was more of a store to sell her artistic gothic creations.
Okay.
That's what it originally was. But then she had this little storeroom in the back, and she put up a display in this glass case of haunted items. Okay. Now, Donna has the ability to, what she says is, sense when something is haunted.
Yeah.
So she then, if she thinks something is haunted, like say this doll here that I brought in, she would then run it through a series of tests that she has come up with to try to determine if it's haunted. So they have...
if she feels that it's haunted,
If she feels that it's haunted, she'll run it through tests, because she wants to, find out, like, okay, is this doll haunted? What's the history of the doll? When was it made?
Right.
Whose dolls was it?
What's the energy around it?
What's the energy? Like,
what's the story? Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to find out as much as she can about these objects. So she would start displaying those, and she noticed that people started congregating in her store at the display cases for the haunted objects. So she would get this
attraction.
Yeah.
It was like a main attraction at her site. So she ultimately, at the Bridge Street location, ramped it up and took the storeroom and made what she called the Red Room.
Right.
So
I remember it for sure.
The Red Room had all her stuff.
Now it's not out, and I mean, you have to go around a corner and you have to go back in the room.
At the new site, you have to go around the corner to weave to the Red Room.
Yeah.
And she has like crucifixes on the wall, and the old Red Room had crystals that would hang from the ceiling to kind of neutralize this energy and like keep it in one spot.
Interesting.
So the Red Room is what draws a lot of ghost hunters.
Sure.
Ghost hunters are really drawn.
There's so much to look at.
Oh my God, yeah. So the Red Room is now pretty much the secondary feature of this place.
Yep.
You know, you can go there and buy, they sell human skulls, they sell lots of unique Gothic artwork, and it's almost like walking into a mini Gothic museum.
And you actually can buy some of the haunted artifacts too.
Some of them.
Some of them that are safe. That are deemed safe.
If Donna thinks that something is unsafe,
right,
she will not sell it. She does not want to sell someone something that's going to be their problem.
Right.
So some of the objects she keeps
she's
back
a
there.
responsible haunted object owner.
Correct. Yeah. And if you don't think that you trust Donna's judgment on the haunted items and what they are about, you can go on their website, and actually there's like 2-hour-long videos of ghost hunters actually testing these devices on video
with their experiences,
with their
everything
equipment.
She had like QR codes with everything, or like the stories right beside it, so you could, I mean, it's up to you if you want to believe whatever she's saying or not. And here's the information, right?
Yeah, she's giving you the information, and the group that she has investigating it is John Ruggiero of New Jersey Paranormal.com. Mm-hmm. Now, John Ruggiero, I think, just got married last week.
Okay.
So, and I sent you guys a picture because
that's right.
The wedding was officiated by coffee from the Paranormal State.
Pretty cool.
It was kind of cool. But John's also does the New Jersey Para-Unity Convention in New Jersey.
That's right. I actually want to talk to you guys about that later today.
He's a pretty big guy, bigwig in the paranormal field, especially in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And I really like that Donna has him coming to the site, because you and I have talked about this. Mm-hmm. Like, if you just go into a site once,
exactly,
like, you're going to have limited activity. Mm-hmm. But like someone like John, who goes into it dozens and dozens of times,
establishes a rapport with the entities.
Exactly. So he's going to get a realer acceptance, or I mean, the entities, if there are entities in that place, they're going to be more accepting of him, because they've gotten used to his energy.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the energy of his team, not just him.
Yeah.
Because he's now married, so his wife's there too a lot of the time. So I do think that's a positive for letting a site get to know you as much as you want to get to know the site.
Yeah.
That's the only one that she lets in do that, correct?
Correct.
Right.
She's had, she told us when we were down there that lots of teams have wanted to get in, and that, you know, either they fall through or the quality's not there.
Yeah.
But with John, she knows what she's getting. Mm-hmm. He knows what he's walking into.
Right.
So there's that rapport, not just with the ghost and him and the team, but also with Donna. You know, she's letting them into
sensitive.
her.
Sure. Well, for sure. I mean, she's with
her business.
Those energies all the time.
Right.
Correct. She's the one that's initially senses that there's something unique about some of these objects. So
I don't remember. Did you ask her if she was like that as a child as well?
I didn't ask.
Yeah,
but I was trying not to ask her too many questions, because when we got there, she was trying to eat
her lunch.
She was trying. No, she was so sweet, and then we were like, she was talking, but
she was
we felt
so
bad.
nice. Well, that interview, like I said, is really good. If anybody wants to check it out, she talks about the reason why so much of her stuff has to do with death is because she realizes that life is so short, and that any one of us could die at any moment for a number of reasons.
Sure.
And so she wants to like put death in your face so you appreciate life more.
Yeah, fair enough. That's
That was
cool.
really
The whole
cool.
concept with Memento Mori.
Yeah.
The belief that you're not celebrating death, but you don't hide from it. Because and I try to explain this to my wife all the time, because my wife is nothing like me with this dark stuff.
Right.
But my wife does know that when I look at skulls, and it's not because I long for death. It's because I love life, and it's to remind you live for today.
Yep.
You gotta treat every day like it's your last.
True that.
So I've run into Donna many, many times over the years, but now she's at the new site, which is a little bit, it's a different setup.
A little different layout.
A little different layout for me. So I miss the old site.
Right.
But
was it called
the new site?
Right. Was it called the Red Room back at the old site?
Yes, the Red Room's origins were at the original site.
So it really is red lights in there.
That's what I was going to say. For our listeners, it's a room that just all the lighting is red.
In the original, the walls were painted red.
Oh, okay.
And she had a sign that said the Red Room.
Right.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
They were like
red rum.
curtains.
Believe me, the red lights were creepy enough. The objects were creepy enough. Wait till you hear about some of this.
Yeah, so some of the items in the museum are for sale, not all of them. Over the years, I've seen a full skeleton of a Civil War soldier, like I said, cursed human skulls of suspected murderers.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in the Red Room this time. It might have been sold, but they used to have a Civil War knee bone that still had shrapnel.
Dang!
In the knee bone of the Civil War soldier.
Cup of Code! Today's episode is brought to you by Cup O Code. Need a website or marketing solution that works as hard as you do? At Cup of Code, they don't just build websites. They create digital solutions that grow your business. From expert web design to targeted marketing, including Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and billboards, they've got you covered. Dream, design, develop. Visit cupofcode.com and take your business to the next level.
Now, she tracks.
Pew, pew. Yeah.
Pew, pew.
Pew.
That doesn't sound Civil War enough, Those are big bullets.
Sorry.
Pew, pew, pew. So, she tracks down the history of these objects, and she works with mediums and, like I said, paranormal researchers. Now, the original Bridge Street location was haunted by the ghost of a little girl named Madeleine.
Oh, okay. So there we come to
I wanted to give you a chance, because I asked you what your favorite thing was, and you said it was, what, Madeleine?
Madeleine's vessel.
Okay.
So the only thing I really know about is what I, kind of read from the plaque and I think she was talking about it too while we were there. So I believe she was the spirit of a child that was at her previous location.
Yep.
Correct.
And she haunted it. And they wanted her...
she perished in a fire in the late 1700s.
Oh, okay. And they wanted to invite her to the new place, but they weren't sure if she would come. So they offered her this doll to inhabit.
Correct.
And she did. They were delighted to find out that she did.
So in the pictures, there's a picture of a doll with that has a little toy with it.
Yep.
That's Madeleine's vessel.
Yep.
That's what they offered to her. Now, in the pictures that I sent you a picture of a basket of toys that has a sign on it telling people not to touch the toys. Now, that image came from the old site.
Oh, okay.
Because at the old site, you would upset Madeleine if you touched her toys.
Okay.
But people would bring toys for Madeleine, or Donna would get toys for her as well, and they would store it in that.
I heard her favorite was candy.
Yeah, apparently she liked candy.
She liked candy.
Yeah.
People left her gifts and toys. A woman named Kelly left her a ghost detecting bear. So she had,
like your cat?
Like my cat.
Oh, okay.
She had a bear that she could play with.
Well, it says she will participate in investigations. Loves.
She's
whatever.
an active member of the.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So in the original site, when people like me that went to the original site, when we heard that she was moving, you got a little upset because about losing this ghost girl.
Sure.
You know, you're like, what's going to happen? So that's why Madeleine's vessel.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Into play.
Yeah.
Now, they did invite her to move, and she, I guess, has shown up at the new site. Mm-hmm. And but when they left, the one thing they did leave there was they left a basket of Madeleine's toys in case she didn't move.
Aw.
So the basket of
That was
toys
thoughtful.
was left at the old site.
What's the old site doing now?
I don't know if it's opened up again. Well, next time we're in New Hope, we'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Because it was like where Aaron Burr's bed and breakfast is.
Yeah, okay.
It's just down the street from there. It's on the same road that heads straight to the bridge.
Huh. So nothing's in there though, right now.
No, it's just
empty.
Maybe like a block below the railroad tracks.
Okay.
And
Not
the
too
train
far,
station.
Yeah.
So, the new location, like I said, is at 129 South Main. That's a relatively new site. So it's built in 1977.
Okay.
So John Zaffis of the Haunted Collector has claimed that the site has bad energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So it might have bad energy. I mean, because if you think about it, New Hope's a very old town. And one of the pictures that I saw in the Red Room was the hanging man.
Right.
And the that's the ghost that haunts this site. Mike, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the weird thing about him is he's wearing like breeches and stockings.
Yeah, almost like a baseball uniform.
It looks like 1700s clothing. It's not like a modern guy that killed himself or something. It's so I think if there is a ghost there, it predates the building itself.
Okay, so that was going to be my next question. Do you think that like bad juju is because of all the items there, or is there something that predates?
It could be the location, right?
Yeah, it could be the location.
Right.
The place has been utilized in the 1700s all the way up to modern times, but then she's also filling it with all these objects,
right,
that are haunted
either way.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like take your pick.
Yeah.
You know, you can't put a lot of these objects together and not expect it not to have activity.
But this guy's like really haunting this place.
Yeah, he's haunting the actual Red Room is where he haunts.
He's like, yeah.
Did he haunt the other place?
No.
So I had an experience in this place. Do you remember?
I do remember.
And I don't know what it was or who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, there was a sign that said something. I felt something on my shoulder and kind of just disregarded it because I knew where you guys were standing and didn't even kind of pay any mind. And then I literally read the next sign that said, whatever, this person likes to tap people on their shoulder to let them know. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely felt that. So that was weird. I don't remember exactly which person or what sign it was.
Yeah, I remember seeing you like do a quick step back.
Right. Mm-hmm. It was right at that little step to get up into it.
It was right before the Red Room, wasn't it?
Well, exactly.
A little hallway, and it was near the pit.
Entering right into it.
Taxidermy dog in a dress.
Mm-hmm. That dog-faced girl thing. Oh my gosh, that's creepy. Wait for the video.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. We have videos.
Oh man.
So, I asked.
Thing resides up here now. Believe me, that thing is creepy.
Yeah. It was really neat. I liked all that art.
That picture was drawn June 1st, 2024.
What? Oh, the hanged guy?
Of the hanged guy,
Mike.
the hanging man Mike in the Red Room.
Hanged
man.
2024, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
2024 is when that was created.
Okay.
And like I said, John Ruggiero is the official investigator of the Creepers Gallery with his New Jersey Paranormal. So check out their website or go to the Creepers Gallery on Facebook and you can see the videos because they post them live.
Oh, of their like investigations.
Of their investigations. So some of them like are posted. You could watch it as it's happening.
That's super cool.
So you don't know, and they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So nothing's set up. There's no camera cuts to try to fake things.
That's
I don't
awesome.
think you need to at this place.
No. So, or check them out at the New Jersey Paraunity Expo.
There you go.
That's another thing.
Speaking of expos, I know I wanted to mention some friends that we met at that expo that we went to at the Cryptid Expo. Last week in Lancaster. It is Frank and Sage from Untold, Unseen, Unknown. I think I've got that right. Anyway,
Triple U.
Yeah, Triple U. They're awesome. They also do a podcast similar to ours. I've been listening to it. It's really good. Go check them out. And hope to maybe collaborate with them possibly in the future.
We have a plan to go to
York.
They're close to us. They're York.
Yeah, York. Yep.
So we'll be meeting up with those guys here at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, we definitely have to check them out and check out their the neck of the woods.
Yeah.
See what they could show us down there.
I want to hit that. Was it Yorktown Hotel? York.
You know what I want to hit up?
What?
Cannibal Corpse, Cannibal Dwarfs.
Cannibal Dwarfs.
Cannibal Dwarfs.
Yes, it sounds like, like a heavy metal band, doesn't it?
Cannibal Dwarfs?
Like,
yeah.
Oh, man, I'm jamming out. What do you listen to, Cannibal Dwarfs?
It's because it's like Cannibal Corpse.
Oh,
sounds a lot like that.
I'd rather see Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Also, the Gates of Hell, but don't say anything.
Yeah, Gates of Hell is down there.
The Devil's Turnip. The Devil's Nipple.
The Devil's Turnip Patch is like Humming County. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Oh, man.
Where's the Devil's
Wrong
Nipple?
direction.
I don't know where the Devil's Nipple, I guess on his chest.
Nice one. Who else haunts this place, Steve?
In this site, there's a ton of things in the haunted room. There was a doll that belonged to Cassandra Brooks circa 1915 in Louisiana. Well, the girl was born in 1915 and she died in her 30s. So that would put her in around 1940s is where she passed away. The doll is claimed that she is evil.
Oh.
They have things like Edgar Allan Poe images, CDVs, that were on display there.
Wait, CBDs?
CDVs, not CBD.
Okay.
What's a CDV?
It's a type of photography, an old type of photography. Now, there's a portrait of two girls.
Still don't know what that means.
I know.
I'm not a photographer, man.
Oh, it's just a photograph.
It's just a photograph.
Just say photograph
Right.
next time, weirdo.
I can't help it, man.
Oh, these
Trying to confuse us.
Trying to
with
tell me
these
about CBDs.
letters. Yeah.
What is this? I'm just kidding with you.
He's like, we're talking about the Creepers Gallery, not a dispensary. All right. Now, in the pictures that you have, there's a portrait of two young girls.
I can find that one.
It's
And
like a
one
painting.
cup.
There better not
Two
be.
girls, one cup. Yeah. Well, the portrait is of Jane and Susie Clemens.
Yep.
Okay. They are the daughters of Samuel Clemens. Do you guys know who that is? Mr. Mark Twain.
Samuel Clemens,
Oh, okay.
otherwise known as Mark Twain.
Good old Marky Mark.
Good old Marky Mark
And
Twain.
the Twain bunch.
The Twain bunch.
And the Twainy bunch.
The portrait is thought to be haunted by the spirits of those two girls.
Those two girls look like they're
So
haunting
Mark
us.
Twain's daughters may be haunting that portrait.
It's pretty cool.
There's Madeleine's doll, which acts as a vessel for Madeleine, which we
saw
talked
that.
about. There's also the haunted portrait of Sally and Richard Dingy.
I don't know if I got that.
It's the picture that had like 5 oval images of a family.
Okay.
Do you guys remember that?
Kind
it was
of.
like a goldish frame.
There was so much.
No.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But New Jersey Paranormal conducted a live investigation of that portrait on the Creepers Gallery, and with a plethora of haunting devices. So supposedly that one has a lot of activity around that portrait. But the place is full of things like haunted books, like old books that were owned by priests that are haunted.
All kinds of stuff. Like you said, like
Dolls.
crucifixes, like
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. There was one of my favorite things was this little, like, it was like a bat boy for the New York Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
They had like, his uniform, and even though the guy grew up, he still haunts the uniform. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, I remember that. It's
The
like
Bat Boy uniform.
it's almost like they had his baby stuff in it. Like
Yeah,
it
it
had
had
a
tall.
cap, and yeah. So
That's creepy, right? Go back and haunt
Absolutely.
like something you wore when you were little.
There was right next to that. I think there was a crutch, like someone's like a leg brace or a crutch
that's haunted.
That was haunted.
Now, some of the objects they have, even without haunting, have some haunting aspects to them. Like they had slave trade bracelets that slaves would wear. They also had voodoo doll idols that you could purchase. That anything that's been used ritualistically can harbor something in it if you are sensitive,
or if it has that negative energy or whatever, right?
Well, see, I love New Orleans, and voodoo does not scare me like a lot of people are scared of voodoo.
That's what Steve's shirt should say. Voodoo does not scare me.
Well, for one,
voodoo don't scare me.
I have a whole bunch of voodoo dolls at my house, and I don't find them scary because a lot of those dolls are not meant.
Now we know he has voodoo dolls of us at home.
Right now we need to be scared.
Oh, I need to worry about.
You don't need to be scared. Like the colors of the needles that you put into the doll is to imbibe good things, not negative. The majority of people that have voodoo dolls, it's for things like prosperity, money, love, health.
Poke away then.
It's
so like
on
I'll take
TV,
some of that.
Yeah, give me some of that wealth.
We've talked about how like TV has made people fear the
Ouija board.
Yeah.
Well, TV has done the same thing to the voodoo doll.
Yeah.
People view a voodoo doll as like, I can exact pain through this doll. But what it's normally used for is positive things.
Healing.
Healing.
Maybe even.
Yeah, increasing.
It kind of makes you think of acupuncture if you look at it that way.
Yeah, it like most of the people that are into voodoo are not doing it for dark reasons.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
So
it's just sensationalized, satanic panic. It's all
it is sensationalized. So when you're down in New Orleans, and I'm sure we'll get down there.
Yes, we will.
And we go through things like the Voodoo Museum, which is down there in the French Quarter.
Oh, Voodoo Mew.
Like you're gonna see like things like human skulls, but like Memento Mori, it's more a reverence of your ancestors, not I'm praying to the dark one or anything like that.
That's cool. It's more of a
there's a very positive aspect to it. Like Marie Laveau, people talk about how like, oh, she's the voodoo queen of New Orleans. But what they don't talk about is this woman was married in the St. Louis Cathedral. She was Catholic.
She was Catholic.
Oh.
She would go to the local prisons and help prisoners.
Very cool.
I think we talked about that before, about like Catholic seeming to be more paranormal than the other religions, as far as Christianity goes.
Well, if you are a practitioner of like something like voodoo, they have lots of different you'd want to say deities,
right?
That they view, and each one has their own aspects. Well, the Catholic faith isn't much different because you have your saints, and each saint is this is the saint for healing of cancer, or this is the saint for this. So I think it's not so different of a concept. People can easily
make that jump, correlation.
And like I'm sure, like when you look at things like the Romans and the Greeks, their gods are interchangeable. Like you could be like, okay, this started out as a Greek god, but here's the Roman version,
the equivalent.
Well, I mean, I can imagine someone that is following voodoo would be like, well, this is the saint for the church, but here's the voodoo counterpart, and what it symbolizes to me.
Yeah, it's all just different names for the same thing.
Exactly. So
could be.
Now the site also has a lot of paintings by a woman named Mary Octavia Bedford paintings.
Okay.
So there's one that's like there's a painting where it's like really red images because of the lighting.
I got one of them. Yeah.
but they all had a very dark looking vibe.
They all have dark backgrounds. The paint's colors seems dark. Yeah.
Yeah. So
everything's very kind of straightforward. It was interesting.
And by the way, it's free to go there, right? You know.
Yeah, you don't.
Can just
It's
walk
a store.
in. Yeah,
it's a store. They want you to go there because they want you to be able to shop.
Yeah.
And check out the wares.
Yes, if you've got a taste for the macabre, like this is the perfect place to go.
Yeah.
And we went there during the off season.
Right.
We didn't go there during the summer when it's like wall to wall people.
True.
Or spooky season.
Like in all honesty,
fall.
you guys were lucky. Like I've gone there where there's been 15 people in that space.
Right.
And imagine how hard it is.
Yeah,
to walk.
because it's pretty cramped in there. It's not.
She fits a lot in a
super
little
spacious.
space.
She does, and
Yeah,
there's
you're
not a
right.
lot of room.
She makes good use of her room.
She does.
There's stuff everywhere.
And I mean, I love this store. I think Donna's an incredible artist. I love her aesthetic, and maybe this doll, which I brought here for this episode.
Creepy ass doll.
What makes me most uncomfortable
All of them.
is the ball right there between her legs. Can we move that?
Move the ball.
We
That
can
just
move the
kind
ball.
of has been
The fushigi.
bothering me.
Okay.
Or was that holding her up? maybe?
No, it's not holding her up.
That's worse.
And the legs are like, this leg's messed up. And
How old is that doll?
I don't know. I think it's like 1800s. Feel this doll. I don't.
no, I'm not
It feels like
touching
there's
that.
something metal in its stomach.
Oh,
Certainly does.
The arm has like some weird.
It's probably like a tuna can or something.
It might be a tuna can.
All right, creepy
It's
ass dolls.
cylindrical.
So maybe the next time we go there,
Well,
like
maybe it was like an early mechanical doll. Maybe it's a speaker.
that's what I was wondering. 'Cause there used to be speaking dolls back in the.
I think that's what this is.
Oh my
Feel
god!
it.
No, I'm not touching
Just
that
give it
thing.
a little.
Come on, touch the doll.
No, you're not me.
Show. Point to us on the doll where the doll hurt you.
Yeah, it's hurting me right now.
So
You know, a couple years ago, I was making decorations for Halloween, and I have this old doll, and it was nothing creepy about it. It was just like a doll I got like at the store, and I hung it up down in my basement by its hair, and just spray painted it black all over. And I was like, I don't know. It's still hanging there like all these years
geez.
later because I
Is it
thought
like-
it kind of probably might not be appropriate. I don't know. It just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to look. Still hanging there, and I'm thinking like one of these days, like hundreds years from now, or 100 years from now, if they find this
Let
doll,
someone
I'll be like,
find this.
yeah, what's up with this
weird
freaking
doll.
see,
hanging
I think
here?
we missed an opportunity here since I brought the creepy doll that I think has some weird vibes to it.
Yeah.
I think we probably should have put the K2 meter at it the whole episode.
Oh, yeah, we have it right there.
and see if there's
My computer's right.
Yeah, instead of the ball. Oh yeah, you're right.
is there
I don't know. Remember that creepy ass mannequin they had? What was it called? Ruby the Haunted Department Store mannequin. Remember
Oh
that
yeah,
thing?
I remember that.
It was like this tall. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that's a department store mannequin, but it was creepy. Are you a department store mannequin?
so creepy doll on the
Creepy
table?
doll.
Are you haunted by any entities? Please light up the K2 meter if there's something inside of you.
This is real time, folks.
Real time. Is there a tuna can in your stomach like we think?
It's a small tuna can.
Light up to 4 if it's a tuna can.
light up the K2 meter.
It just blipped.
It just blipped?
Yep.
It is a tuna can.
It's
but
a
it's
tuna
not,
can.
It's not haunted though.
Also, Ryan touched his computer mouse.
Just
at the same
right
time.
then, I felt a horrible sensation.
As I clicked the button on my phone.
Yeah.
No, Creepers Gallery was awesome though. I
There
really
was
enjoyed
a-
it. This thing was creepy too.
What you talking about?
Cassie Brio. All we know is that this doll belonged to someone from Louisiana in the early 1900s.
Cassandra, yeah. 1915.
You know this one? It says claims she is evil. It looks
Yes.
evil. This doll looks. Bleh.
Yeah, and that one's probably very much, if it's Louisiana, I think it's probably somehow connected to voodoo.
Yeah, probably.
What makes her look creepy?
Oh, the face is all shrunken like it was a gourd, like a witch kind of. Everything is kind of like.
Okay.
I wonder if it's an apple. Like, have you ever done that? Like,
Yeah, like carving an apple
you
or
carve
a
a
turnip.
face into an apple, and then you let it shrivel up.
Yeah,
They used
Could
to
be.
do that for dolls. I think for
Yep,
girls.
Yep.
that could be.
It was a cheater way to get a doll head.
Uh-huh.
They said she didn't have much information on it, and she was going to be attempting to find out more about that doll, see if it was anything to be concerned about or not.
Face Monster! This episode of Slice of the Paranormal is sponsored in part by Face Monster, creating apparel, accessories, and artwork influenced by 80s horror, 90s pop culture, punk music, and skateboarding since 2012.
Whether you have a craving for pizza or a disgust for politicians, Face Monster has unapologetic apparel that appeals to almost everyone. Physically located on the second floor of the Sunbury Station in Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
Or you can find Face Monster on Instagram at Face Monster. That's Face Monster with a 0 instead of an O. But Face Monster wants you to know that even though there's a 0 in their name, you're still number 1 for following them.
I remember I was drawn to the Ecto 1 toy in there because my brothers had those growing up. And it's just the old Ghostbusters toy of the Ecto 1. And I don't really know anything about it, but I imagine what would happen is like it would turn on in the middle of the night or whatnot, or, it would operate without batteries. Now, I don't remember ours ever operating without batteries.
Dang.
And again, my brothers are twins, so we would have 2 of everything.
Oh, wow.
And my grandmother made it her life's mission to give my brothers the noisiest toys that were invented at the time.
Did your grandmother hate your parents?
Well, we thought so sometimes. No,
Might be a touch of that.
She
Never
loved her
know.
boys. So she would and I remember having these cars, and they would go off on their own. Now, we never took the batteries out or anything to experiment with that. So, but I do remember them going off in the other room when we weren't there.
I had some toys that did that. My Teddy Ruxpin was always like,
ooh, they were
creepy. Still
creepy.
talking.
I love Teddy Ruxpin, especially when you realize you could put other
Real
cassette
cassettes
tapes
in there, yeah.
You're like, okay, I got the Metallica.
Yep.
Let's let Teddy Ruxpin play.
Would he move his mouth to it?
Yeah.
I never had a Teddy Ruxpin.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
It was the best, weirdest, creepy tape player ever.
Yeah.
Now, my family did have, we had a family friend that had a fire in her house, and she collected porcelain dolls. And the one doll was in a room that got really hot, but it didn't burn. But because it's made of porcelain, the head heated up to the point that the eyes melted into the head. So my mom kept this doll for a little while, and we actually had that doll would play by itself.
No.
If the eyes melted out of it, it made me wonder why the sound thing that was in it would still function.
How?
I guess.
Yeah.
Why it would have survived the fire, but it did. And we had it in our kitchen, and it would randomly play. I don't know what the hell happened to it. It disappeared after that.
It got destroyed.
That's awesome.
I think my parents might have got rid of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Be like, this is a little creepy.
They dropped it off
They
at the
yeeted
church.
it.
Yeah, I think it got yeeted. Although nowadays I'd be like, I want to keep it.
You would want to.
I would totally keep it.
You're going to have a red room someday.
I practically do.
Yeah.
I want one.
I mean, every episode I try to bring in weird stuff out of the confines of my weirdness, and
We love it.
I never run out.
Oh, you haven't yet.
So we'll see. But that's kind of what I have on the Creepers Gallery. I mean,
There's tons of stuff in there. If you're interested at all, anything we talked about today, I mean, go there, check it out.
Definitely.
And just have fun. Yeah, plan to be there for a little bit because there's tons of stuff. And like I said, all had QR codes. And
Yeah.
I was just going to say, for walking into a store that's so tiny, not like Walmart, you still have to plan to be there an hour or two.
Yeah, I would.
If you'd want to see everything and get pictures of stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And God forbid, if you start using those QR codes and trying to
we didn't even
try to watch
really
the videos,
get into
videos
that.
are long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally take pictures of the QR codes so that you can watch them at your leisure.
And plus, if you start talking to her, I mean, she was
you could be there for a while.
super chatty and awesome to talk to. So,
And I think we were leaving that day to go to the Trenton.
Somewhere, New Jersey, I think.
Yeah, we were going to New Jersey, to Lambertville and Trenton. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't stay as long as we would have liked to.
We had a schedule.
Plus, we were, like we said, interrupting her lunch.
We were, and we felt bad.
Yeah.
We don't like ruining anyone's lunch.
Super awesome experience being there. I'd love to go back.
We'll have to go back, especially now that we've are filming the episode. We'll have to go back and maybe give her this doll. And I'd love to, check out
see what she thinks. Yeah,
see what she thinks. If she gets weird vibes from it, and then see what
just some creepy
New Jersey Paranormal finds out.
Yeah,
I would love to watch her site and see them do an investigation on it. If she determines,
if she feels freaked out by it,
if she feels weird vibes from it,
absolutely.
Because I don't feel vibes, so for me to feel vibes, I think something has to be really strong for me to get any vibes.
I don't get anything
looks
from
creepy.
it.
I'm just like a psychic brick,
Yeah.
So
at least it doesn't have a goose foot.
Well,
it almost doesn't have a foot.
We lucked out because we found good pizza right down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like within half a block or something.
It was very close.
Yeah.
So right on that the same street, right? Yeah.
Yeah, same street.
Yeah.
Market Pizza, New Hope, PA.
Yeah, we liked it.
It was in what's called the New Hope Ferry Market. It was closed up when we were in there, but apparently in the summer they open up all those garage doors, and it's a very open market type thing. Lots of different ethnicities of food, lots of different stuff. Remember they had like baklava, and they had all kinds of cool stuff.
I think I got some like tater tots there just to try and help avoid the pizza fatigue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you're a parent and you're coming down to see the Creepers Gallery, that's a great place to go because, like, no matter what your kids are into, you could find
a lot
of variety to make everyone in the family happy and make you not want to kill your kids.
Yeah.
We liked this pizza, guys. This was good pizza.
We?
Do you remember? Was it the square, like the rectangle pizza?
I think it was.
They brought it out and that stuff.
Yep.
Stephen, 4.25 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Perfect amount of char, very thin crust, flavor of the cheese, pepperoni, and sauce were all a great blend, is what you said.
Wow.
4.25. Nice score out of Stephen. Christy, same thing, 4.0. Boom.
Yeah.
4.0 out of 5. Ate the whole piece. So right there.
Wow.
That's telling you something.
That's really huge. I never eat the whole piece.
Pepperoni was thin and crispy and may have been the best we've tried so far as pepperoni.
Yeah.
Wow. We hadn't been to Baltimore yet, probably.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
The char added a pleasant texture and crunch.
Yeah, it all does come out to the cook of the pepperoni. If it's cooked just right.
It really can change the flavor.
It can, and it can be too overpowering. There can be too much of a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but it was can perfect. Go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not anti like a strong pepperoni flavor, but I have like noticed that when you guys say that it's so strong that it's ruining it, I have noticed that when I try the cheese, I can taste flavors that are totally
different.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like you do miss out on like the sauce.
The sauce, yeah, the nuances of the tomato and the basil or whatever.
It does hide some.
Yeah, that's why I like to take a bite of each.
It's a different thing. Yeah, it's nice to have both. Me, 4.25 out of 5. 4.25 out of 5, that's high.
Yeah.
I mean,
good score.
If you double that, so do a Dave Portnoy, that's 8.5. That's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
Wanted to eat more of this, is what I said. Brick oven char was great. Sweet sauce and cheese, and the charred crust worked so well together.
Ooh, you said sweet sauce?
Sweet sauce.
You typically don't like sweet sauce.
Cheese and charred crust worked well together. Look at that. See, it's a harmony of all. Yeah. Haunt for sure is what I said. What about you guys?
I'd haunt it.
I would haunt it, even though the sodas in that place were like $3 a pop.
What, you had to buy them at somewhere else too, right?
I had to buy them at a different stand, and it was expensive. So
was it a fountain or like a?
No, it was a bottle.
A bottle.
A 16-ounce bottle for $3.
Still salty about it.
Yeah, because for $3, I should have got a 2-liter, right?
Well, I got a parking ticket for like $50
while
we were there. So
all right.
So your $3 ain't nothing.
Like, well, don't cry to me.
Right?
I ain't sympathetic to your bullshit.
Aside from parking, we would go back there.
Oh, for sure, I'd haunt it.
Maybe we would walk.
I bet Cup of Code would haunt it too.
Thanks again to Cup of Code.
Oh yeah.
Also, I don't know if you've seen this yet.
I have not.
James has and engraved
it's not
a
a
pizza
sword.
cutter for us.
Oh, we have a branded pizza cutter now.
We sure do.
We don't mess around.
Man.
But yeah, I knew
A
you
lot of
hadn't
pizza
seen that
places
yet.
will cut pizzas and slices for us too. If we're like split those in half.
Now the trick is, are we going to remember to take this in? Every time we go into a pizza place, we're always like, "Did anyone bring a pizza cutter?"
Yeah.
And we all have pizza cutters.
Yeah, we have multiple pizza cutters.
And they're all in the
There's
car.
one behind you right
Many
now.
That is
pizza
awesome
cutters.
looking, though.
Yeah,
That shows that we really take our pizza seriously.
that's right.
We'll mess around.
And it has a nice ring.
It does have a nice ring to it.
Like,
Thanks again, Market Pizza, New Hope, PA. Great pizza. Definitely recommend.
Oh, yeah.
High up on our list. Check it out. And thanks again, Steve, for all the information about the Creepers Gallery. Thanks to Creepers Gallery for letting us hang out and talk so long.
And interrupt your lunch. It was really sweet of you to
thank
let
you
us-
so much, Donna, for being so gracious and such a great host to us and letting us, bug your lunch
Mess your
break.
day up, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to be doing that.
We'll have to go in like 2 next time we go, not
I agree.
lunchtime.
Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And
Yeah, it really means a lot. Like, if you have any stories, if you guys have been there, if you have anything creepy in your house that you think should be donated to the Creeper Gallery, or
you have
just
creepy
want to know.
dolls?
Yeah, if you have
Or-
anything like that.
If you bought one of the objects,
Oh, yeah.
like
Let
what
us
were your
know.
haunted experiences with
Yeah, for
these haunted
sure.
objects?
Exactly. That would be really cool.
It's easy to find out what the haunted objects their activity is, but once they leave,
Right.
the story
just follow
ends.
up.
Interesting.
I'd love to
Yeah.
hear someone's, take on what has
The
happened.
after.
with these.
Absolutely. So there you have it. So please like, comment, subscribe, and join us next time you crave a slice of the paranormal.
This podcast was produced by Stone State Entertainment.